Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about why I decided to exclusively pump before the 6 weeks, the 6 week mark. Obviously everyone always says, you got to wait 6 weeks for your baby to latch on and kind of get used to the boob before you start introducing pumps and bottles. Otherwise it can confuse a baby, but obviously everyone's situation and circumstance may differ. So my situation was, I knew he was not going to be taking this boob. As much as I had breastfed him while in hospital and tried to get him latching on at home and stuff, he was so fussy, and I've spoken about it in my other videos, he was just not having it. Rather than get myself all stressed, which I did actually do, but I decided that I wanted to exclusively pump so I could give him my breast milk. So in order to do this, I wasn't going to wait 6 weeks for then my milk to just drop off and then it would be so hard to relactate again. I decided to introduce pumping from the get-go. I didn't wait 2 weeks, didn't wait 6 weeks. I literally did it in hospital with the help of the midwives. So it was day 3, I went back into hospital. I started breastfeeding and then pumping after every breastfeeding session. Now this was because, like I said, I was going to go into exclusive pumping and I was trying to build up my supply. If I was going to do combi and do breastfeeding and obviously pump to give a bottle, then I do the pump every other breastfeeding session. That's what my midwife said to do. But I did the breastfeeding and the pumping pretty much straight away. So day 3 that was. I want to say I did that for probably about 5 days to a week maybe. And then I went straight on to pumping, like using the pump schedule, pumping all the time. Now a lot of people are like, oh, I pump, but I may miss a couple of pumps throughout the day. You really can't do that with pumping. You've got to be so strict. It's like if you're breastfeeding, your baby was screaming for food, you're not just going to let them sit there and starve, are you? You're going to offer them the breast. So you've got to treat the pump kind of like that. You can imagine your alarm clock going off for a pump and that be your baby screaming for food. You can't ignore it. You have to do it. It's hard being a pumper because obviously then you've got to pump and feed your baby as well. If you want to pump, then that's basically just how it has to go. You have to be so regimental with it and so strict. I was super strict with myself. I did the 2-night pumps. I then dropped down to the 1-night pump. I had alarms constantly throughout the day. Honestly, it was relentless and it was hard going. But when I think about 3-4 months, it got way easier. Like I had no night pumps by 4 months because I'd built up such a supply. They say that you can have no night pumps by 5 months, but obviously, again, it depends on a case-by-case basis, depending on how much supply you built up. I'd say, so now I'm at 6 months, I've spoken about this. I am doing 3 pumps, a morning where I'm getting 20 ounces, the middle about 1 p.m, getting roughly 5-6 ounces each side. I'm trying to cut that down. This is the pump that I'm trying to get rid of, but I'm doing it so slowly because obviously I have experienced mastitis before. I've only experienced mastitis 1 time and I've been an exclusive pumper for 6 months straight. So I think that's really good going. A lot of people do struggle with mastitis quite often. And I did have a supply for twins in the beginning. So I built up my supply that much. And I've spoken about this before, Stacey has said that I have a large milk storage capacity, so I can hold a lot of milk at one time. But again, I've had to train my body to do this. In the beginning, I was getting like everyone else, I think I said between 30 and 50 mils. It could have even been a little bit less, When they're born, your milk all falls in line. Like your baby isn't eating a lot, so you're not going to be producing a lot. But if you keep with the pumping schedule, it will all increase, and you just have to be so strict with that. Like I cannot advise any more than just to be so strict with it. And then in the evening at the moment, I'm now getting around 18 ounces combined. So obviously if I have my morning and evening one, I'm getting around 38 ounces, which is plenty for a baby at 6 months, especially as I've just started to wean him. So I am cutting out the 1 p.m. pump, which I'll do on another video because everyone's asking me, like, how do you reduce your pumps? How do you go about it? Because you've got to be so careful with it, obviously, to avoid blocked ducts and mastitis again. A lot of people have also said, if I'm breastfeeding, should I then pump the other boob afterwards? You can do that if you want a freezer stash. It all depends on your goals. Like if you want a freezer stash, then of course introduce a pump. If you want to do your dream feed at 10:30 by a bottle so your partner can help you out, then of course you can introduce a pump. Some ladies like to do a morning and evening pump. So after they breastfeed in the morning, they'll pop the pumps on and do half an hour pumping, and the same in the evening. And then they'll offer that evening milk for the dream feed, and they'll keep the morning one as a freezer stash. It's better, obviously, to give the evening pumped milk because it's got the evening hormones in for the 10:30 dream feeds. Or if you want to build up your supply, like really build it up, then obviously every other time you breastfeed to put the pump on, or you can do the other boob after you breastfeed, one boob. But what tends to happen is, obviously I'm not a breastfeeder, so I'm not an expert on this, but I know my sister now offers both boobs. I think that's what tends to happen. You breastfeed one boob, and then when they're done, you offer the baby the other boob. I'm not sure on the whole one boob and then pumping the other one, because I think that only lasts for a little bit before the baby starts having both boobs, because they get hungrier and hungrier. Another person to check out her page is the lovely Stacey. That's where I got all my advice from, and any questions that I have, I always ask her. She's called Feedy Speak. I'll try and pop it in here, this little bit here. She honestly is a lovely, lovely woman, and yeah, she's got a lot of great advice. I did ask my Instagram followers for a question. Oh my god, this is such a random question. It's making me laugh even saying it, because I can't actually imagine doing it. Sorry. So question of the day: do you brush Junior's teeth yet? If so, how often and what with? I'm not sure when to start. The reason I'm laughing is because he genuinely hasn't even had his teeth come out yet. I mean, I've been waiting for ages. Everyone did say to me, because he was like teething about 3 months, and everyone was like, oh, my one was teething at 3 months too, and it might take 6, 7, 8 months. And I was thinking, no, they're definitely coming through. And lo and behold, 6 months, still haven't reached the surface. But you can get those little silicone toothbrushes, can't you? I haven't started using them yet. I didn't know whether to use it, obviously, when his teeth come through, but maybe that's something for me to look into and to get advice on, because I literally haven't even thought about it. I think they can play with it. Obviously, at the moment, he's with his teething toys, so I'm guessing that's helping massage the gums. But yeah, he doesn't actually have the teeth to clean as such. But you can get those silicone ones, so I will look into it. So question of the day has kind of not actually answered your question, has it? Because I don't know the answer. But for first time mum, I'm just trying my best. If anyone knows about the whole brushing teeth thing and when to start, let us know, because we're interested in knowing. But that's the question of the day, and it's kind of been a short video, but I just wanted to touch on it. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and if you like what you see, then click the like button, subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and follow me on Instagram as well. Take care, guys.